Hi everyone, and welcome back to Radio Geonosis, where we talk about Star Wars from a certain point of view. I'm Angie.
I'm David.
I'm Aaron. What's up? What's up, guys?
We're karate
Yeah,
fighters.
we're karate fighters.
And today, our show is
Luke Cage
all
and
about
Danny
our
Rand over
favorite
here.
Star Wars animals. But before we do that, we're going to be talking about the hot happenings in Star Wars this week.
Our studio audience give you the clap.
You're like what?
He's like,
He's playing that Pokemon Go.
Hello, David.
Oh, hot
the
happenings.
hot
I'm so
happenings.
distracted by studio audience. So, hot happenings for today.
He's rather sexy, too.
We got something big going on, guys.
Yes.
We got something big.
The
So
Darth Vader helmet. That's something big.
oh yeah.
well, that was
other than
And some sabers.
So, Lucasfilm and Disney, or just Lucasfilm, one of them, Lucasfilm, is now putting every other Star Wars movie other than 9, and the way they worded it, I'm assuming 10, 11, and 12, the trilogy movies, those are the only ones they're focusing on now. So that means they canceled Obi-Wan,
Please.
they canceled
no, say it's not so.
the Fett with the Wolverine director,
Oh no.
and they didn't say anything about their TV shows. I assume those are safe, because that's a completely different market.
Why not
So-
Obi-Wan? Such a disappointment.
And that also does include Rian Johnson's trilogy, because Rian Johnson got a complete trilogy from Disney that was, they're not episode movies, they're completely brand new. Nothing, planets, names, nothing will be from old Star Wars. 100% brand new.
I mean,
So, are those cut too? Because those aren't, unless that was the trilogy that they're referring to, which I don't think it is.
those are not the trilogies they're referring to.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. That's the thing. Like that what they said when they said trilogy, for the following trilogy, I believe is what they said in its entirety.
I don't know what's going on over there, Lucas. Look.
Well,
yeah,
I know
it
it
seemed
is.
to be all over the
Relax.
place this week. Lots of views,
Relax.
lots of
Remember
lots
when it
of
was
different
fun?
things.
You guys
Yes,
remember when it was fun?
I remember that.
And you know what I mean? Like just take
Yeah.
it back to that. It's a passion. It started as a passion project. That's what Star Wars
Yes.
started as for George.
Yes.
It was a passion project.
Pretty much.
Yes,
Try
I
to be
agree.
sensitive. Don't take it too. Don't make it so corporate. Don't make it so little. Just have fun with it. Get back to that.
Yes,
To that side of things. But
Yes.
now it feels like it's in shambles and all these
yes.
things are getting canceled. Like this is
It's
insane.
like when the Empire took over.
like,
It's all
when-
in shambles.
When has Lucasfilm ever been like DC? Stop.
Yes.
You guys are on a higher.
No,
I'm just pretty disappointed.
I definitely say it's
pretty disappointed.
a management
agree
problem
with you.
at Lucasfilm. I'm not gonna say exactly.
Sorry, DC. I didn't mean
names,
that. I love
know,
you.
He did not mean that.
It looks like there's a Lucasfilm management problem, whether it's huge conflict of interest, or maybe something even like what they're thinking on one end and what the directors are thinking. Everybody on end is completely
Just give me the Obi-Wan
Opposite.
Kenobi movie. I'll be happy.
who knows.
Yeah.
I
But
don't care about anything else.
I actually think that they're kind of. David kind of spoke about this like episodes ago, like when we were just talking about him, like how could you get enough of Star Wars? Like it's not enough Star Wars. Like I think what's going on is like they have ideas for these movies, and they're kind of afraid. It seems to me, I could be wrong though. It kind of seems to me like they're afraid to kick out Star Wars movies like that. But that's where Star Wars is.
Yes.
It's that kind of fact. You could just make Star Wars movies. It's okay. Make them.
I will say
Well,
that
I mean,
know,
there are
argue
some
about 'em, make 'em.
fans. There are some fans that don't like them. There are some fans that complain about this movie and complain about that movie. You're not going to please
You
everybody.
can't.
and
It's
I
impossible.
think I'm glad
It's
that Andy
impossible.
brought that up, because I think that's where the
Impossible.
other half of the reason behind this lies is, for better or worse, Solo was a good film. It's
Yeah.
not amazing. It's not terrible. It's great.
I
It's
thought it was good.
currently my favorite Star Wars
I like it.
film.
Yeah, me too.
It's not the best, but I think because between the directors, people were like, we don't want him as Han Solo. There was like numerous reasons
You
behind this
cannot
movie.
bring the older one back unless
Yeah,
you're going
so-
back in time. I mean, the guy is
And you
older.
can't do that
Harrison
either.
Ford. Yeah.
But all the
You
reason
can't go back
Ford is
in
too
time.
old for this.
For all you
So
fans out there, you cannot go. There's no
There's-
time machine where
no.
But the main
Harrison Ford is doing this.
the main pull from it is that there's a large chunk of the Star Wars fan group that, through all the reasons or through a reason, hated on Solo. There was boycotts surrounding it. There was everything. So I think Because of the, it's just like, if you don't want to watch this one, move on.
Yeah.
There's another one coming in less
Find
than 12
another
months.
universe.
The people complaining about these movies have no default picture on any of their social media sites.
Yeah.
And their usernames are usually, I am Timothy 8017. Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. Shut up.
Thank you for putting that in perspective.
I'm sorry. They just really upset me, man.
Yeah.
The word of film, like where it is, because there's good film, but like I mean, like news recent. This is not even Star Wars, just with films like.
Yes.
There's other films just being canceled, and this person doesn't want to write this, and this person dropped out due to this, and this. It's like, come on, guys, get it together.
And with Star Wars, there's a particularly
like
good thing with Star Wars though, is the merchandising. If a movie fails, it's not going to fail because the amount of money you make from the merchandising off of each movie alone is ridiculous.
It depends
well, not with Star Wars.
Well, when
I could see DC that way, but
I watched a show, the Toys That Made Us.
That's a good one. That first episode is Star Wars.
Some toys were good, some toys were not.
There weren't too many like solo, like even Rogue One. If you think about it, there wasn't like any Rogue One. Look at the Rogue One blaster at Target. Like there wasn't that either. You know what I mean? Like there.
Well, they released a bunch of figures with the Black series. The Black series I know specifically, the like 6-inch ones. Mm-hmm. So I collect them. Like they release. I don't know how many they released for Solo, but they released a good amount for Rogue One.
Yeah.
So I mean, the money's there, and
as far
I don't know.
I just hope for the best.
Yeah, that's
let's hope for the best. And you know, for me, I want to see. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I would really love to see the old, you know, Republic. See that back. See all of those characters come to life. There's a lot of great stories like Revan, Bane. Even though they were in, they were out. They're now in. You know, and I can see why people are upset about that because the first they're saying they're out, first they're saying they're in, then they're out. People are confused. They don't know what books are in, what books are out.
Like it.
And some people don't. You know, they do like it, they don't like it. But you're never going to please everybody.
I will say, if you're ever confused,
I do hope they understand that.
If you're
not going to please everybody,
ever confused about what's canon or out in the Star Wars universe, the golden rule to remember is, I think any book published in and after 2015 is canon, and same thing with the games, except for some of the mobile stuff, like Battlefront 1 and 2.
Older books. I like
the older ones are great stories. Like I said, the Darth Bane trilogy, and there's a Darth Revan book.
Yeah.
Those are some of the best stories that are written in the Star Wars universe.
But on a happier note, I got this magazine in the mail.
I'm nervous.
Aquaman, looking pretty
hot.
I can't wait for Aquaman.
It is going to come out December 21st. I actually thought that it was a summer movie because he's Aquaman, you know, surf and all that.
That's gonna be kind of weird seeing that movie, all that water.
But it's not until December. So I'm looking forward to Aquaman.
I am too. I've shut most of Justice League out of my memory, not necessarily because it was a bad movie, but it was because it was such a choppy movie with the two different directing styles.
I don't like the Batman.
I loved Aquaman.
You don't like Batman?
I loved Batman. I don't like the new Batman.
You don't like Ben Affleck?
No.
I said this is my
sorry.
Ben, call me, man. Let's talk.
Because I'll say this. My opinion on Ben Affleck is he's a good Batman, but he's an extremely good Bruce Wayne. Because almost all of them are like that. Like Michael Keaton was an okay Bruce Wayne, but really good Batman. Christian Bale was a terrible Bruce Wayne, but awesome Batman.
He was an awesome Batman.
Val Kilmer was kind of good at both, but that was just a terrible movie.
No, he was not. Val
Kilmer was good at Bruce Wayne.
Are you looking at me right now?
Yeah, Val Kilmer was good at Bruce Wayne.
No,
George Clooney, I was watching that one like,
Bruce Wayne isn't blonde.
I'm not talking about how he looks. I'm talking about the actual portrayal of the character.
He's not blonde.
You sound like those Solo fanatics. He's not Harrison
Ford. The only thing about that Batman is that Val Kilmer wore nice turtleneck. That's it.
He did wear a nice turtleneck though. And then there was that one scene when he's like, I hook you like a thuckus, and he has a lisp.
That was a horrible casting. Val Kilmer. And
it was at the point of desperation.
Don't get me wrong, he's not in the top 3 or 4, but he was a good Bruce Wayne compared to what the movies were.
All the cat women?
What was Tom Cruise's wife's name? What was her name?
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman.
Yes.
Boo. But she's gonna be an Aquaman. She's Aquaman's
Yes,
mom.
yes.
She'll probably do that.
Is she really?
Yeah.
She looks good as Aquaman's mom.
Yeah, she does.
She looks
She does.
good.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, now I see it. That
But if
didn't
you
look like
see
Nicole Kidman
Aquaman
at
looks
first.
great.
All the DC fans out there, if you've seen Aquaman,
I can't wait
Aquaman
till
of
he
Atlantis,
summons all
the
the.
animated movie.
Oh.
That's what this is gonna be based off of.
Oh, is it
Yes.
really? That's a good one.
That's how
is
DC
that
does it. They
Manta
use
in
their
that
animated
thing?
films to like lead the movie way.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I
I'm hoping
like
they
that.
clean in terms of and speaking of DC Universe, I hope that because of everything that has happened, where Wonder Woman was their best movie, and everything else has kind
It
of
was
been
really good.
not
Yeah, it
nothing,
was
not
really
a
good.
flop, but stagnant for the rest of the movies. I'm hoping that between Wonder Woman 2 and Aquaman, it reinvigorates that, so we do get a proper Justice League movie, a proper Batman, proper. Well, I love Man of Steel. I don't know why everybody hates that movie.
What?
I love Man of
I
Steel.
love Man of Steel. That's one of my
how
favorite
dark
movies.
and gritty it is. That
That's one of my
soundtrack.
favorite movies ever. But yeah, it's not DC.
I love
Sorry.
it.
Sorry, Andy.
I love it.
It's not DC show.
What other?
So today we're going to be talking about our favorite Star Wars animals. We love to do the pots and pans on this show. So Aaron, you're going to go first. What's your favorite?
All right, I'm only doing this because I have I don't have much.
He's cheating.
Well, no, give me some time. Then.
Dude, trust me, you're gonna blow me out of the water today.
No, I'm
so.
not. We probably have the same. Item. But I was eating wings yesterday. I had
Chicken wings?
at Boston's, and I thought about what if they had some Bantha's wings.
Wow.
Do you
They look
know
like buffalo, huh?
Do you
look
want to know like a
buffaloes,
3-second fun fact?
So some Bantha's Parmesan garlic wings sound very good.
But Bantha is a cow.
They're not like they look like buffaloes to me.
They
Oh
do.
yeah, they do. That's
look-
right.
They have the
Buffalo.
fur, the
Yeah.
horns and stuff like that. So that's my first one.
I've been kicked out of a Boston's in 2 different countries.
That's not good, is it?
Oh my gosh.
In the U.S. and Canada.
Let's
That's
brag
not
about that.
good. That's my first
Hey,
one.
I don't have a crumb breaker from it, and at least it's a fun story now.
Is David next or?
Yes, go.
Oh, I'm like waiting for Angie to go. My number 5. Okay, my number 5 is going to have to be the Dewback, and the reason why
They're picking ones I did.
is because
We're gonna have the same
trust
list
me,
pretty much. Though.
Yes.
you guys don't have my top one at all. Trust me, trust me. My top 3, I will say. But I love the Dewback because I remember watching the original versions of Star Wars right before the special edition came out. Because I was like, that came out like when I was 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that. And like the only Dewback was like there was just like one hiding in like an alley, in the next to the cantina or something, if I remember correctly. And I was always like, I don't know what that is because there's a toy for it and everything. Like, why is there a toy if it's not really in the movie? And then there's also another one like on the horizon, and the senator was saying like, droids, sir.
Right.
So I was obsessed with that, and then what that creature was, how it looked like, and then special editions came out, and there was like Dewbacks everywhere. It was the Dewback edition, apparently. So I just loved it.
And Bantha. All right, for me, my number 1 was I hope I say this right, the Awa.
I would say Awa.
Awa. They are now I do facts. I did like it because when it was in the Attack of the Clones, it came out of the water, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is
It's like
such
these things swim and fly.
cool
What heresy is
animal.
this?
They are found on Camino and Naboo, which I didn't know that. Their primary habitats are the ocean on those planets. They have been domesticated by the Gungans and the Kaminoans.
Kaminoans. Yep, you
Kaminoans.
got it. You were pretty much there. I think real
They
quick
are
too
8
that these are
to
also
10
non-canon
meters
Alderaans.
long and have a wingspan of 20 to 30 meters. They are aquatic mammals that fly in the air, so they are
dope.
awesome.
So I have a question for you.
Water birds.
Do you think they have the same behavior as seagulls?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. I like them then.
You don't like seagulls?
They're pretty awesome.
I have
Look at
stories,
that.
sir.
Look at that. Those big birds, big water birds. Where on
I had a
on this
3-month
planet
war
do we
with
have?
seagulls. But no, I mean they could have seagull behavior.
Yes.
I'm dead serious. 3 months and we won.
Yeah. Okay.
We saved. We stopped the war by 5 years to save millions of lives.
Am I wrong, or was there a seagull horror movie? Sorry.
Oh my gosh, was it the birds? No,
birds?
no,
The
no.
birds are like crows.
The birds were
Okay,
crows
okay,
or
I'm sorry.
ravens because
Okay,
they were
yeah.
big birds like
That's
we
right.
have here in the desert.
I could see that though. Let's take birds by him and just take all the crows out
Yeah,
and put seagulls in
Bantha
it.
wings. They're like basically
But they don't have wings.
Well, no, I mean like I want them.
Oh, like the leg
form,
part of
form,
it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bantha wings.
I wonder what they taste like. I guess we just kill an elephant and find out. Don't kill elephants. So what's your number 4, Aaron?
They look like Wookiees, though.
Or
don't they?
what's your second
Yes,
one?
they do.
The Happy
Oh,
Boys
they do
is the other one. And only because...
Which one's that? Is that weird?
Remember Finn tried to get... It was
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
water.
yeah.
It's disgusting.
Oh,
An ass
yeah.
monster.
Oh, my gosh.
They're real... They look icky. This butt was on the camera.
I never thought I'd hear icky come out of Aaron's mouth before. That was great.
That's
I'm sorry,
something I would
icky.
say.
Yeah. No, no. That water looked gross, though.
And you know what?
If you
It
guys
comes to
recall-
show you that when you're
I know,
when you're desperate, you'll drink.
Oh, yeah,
anything.
for sure.
Not me.
He-
I'm like, there's a
he's not
market right
desperate.
there. I will rob instead of drink the ass water.
Yeah, that's mine.
Like I don't know why Finn didn't have the same, like, there's a
Because
market
he was
right
in the
there. Like,
desert.
you have a
He
jacket,
was-
you can trade
He
at
was
least.
in the desert. He was desperate.
Yeah, he was desperate. Yeah,
Yes.
he was really desperate.
David.
My number 4 is also the only other lame one is,
Okay.
because the next 3 are awesome, is the Ronto. For almost the exact same reason. It was in a special edition, and I remember that was the first, when they started releasing the trailers for a special edition on TV, like, the special edition coming soon. Back when, like, trailers were really hardcore, apparently.
Yes.
And
just released everything on Facebook.
there was that thing with the speeder and Mos Eisley and the job while riding Ronto, and Ronto goes, "Rrrr," and it goes, wow, and falls off
Oh,
of it
yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's so cool, I love it. It's like, it's not exactly a dinosaur, but it would be like if Star Wars had dinosaurs.
Something like that.
No, it's like,
Wow.
it has like a long neck. Like this part of the body, but like a long neck.
Okay.
Yeah, but he like falls off to Ronto, and then
And I'm
the only
referring
other
to
time
my-
I ever remember seeing it in content was I played Knights of the Old Republic all the time, and in Anchorhead, Tatooine, like right next to, I think it was the hunting lodge, there's just a Ronto with I think there's a jaw while riding it, I'm not sure, but it's like just stationary there, like
Okay.
like it would be walking around the city. And I was like, oh cool, another Ronto. I like Rontos.
Okay, for me, it like Aaron, it's a Bantha. For
Bantha.
number 2 is the Bantha inhabits the desert wastelands of Tatooine and are extremely strong and able to carry up to 500 kilos, or 5 human passengers, or 5 Tusken Raiders. They're extremely adaptable,
It's a
abiding
challenge.
comfortably in all sorts of climates, and they are able to
Yeah,
survive
Bantha.
without food or water for weeks.
It's like camels. They're like
We get our
Yeah.
blue milk from it, and they are cows of the
All
galaxy.
yeah, woolly
the blue milk.
Yes, yes.
That's like you locked a camel and a woolly mammoth in a room for a week
The
and came back later
the
and was
bug on the
pregnant.
Bantha is crazy though. Their face.
Yeah.
Is insane.
Who didn't like seeing that, hearing that music, when you see the Bantha for the first
The herd?
time?
The herd,
Da-da-da-da-da-da, the
Yeah,
music
that whole
for
herd.
the...
Yeah, the whole herd of Bantha just traveling.
Or when the Tusken Raider is getting on it, when you hear that music.
I think also in Knights of the Republic, in one of the hunting rooms, there's a Bantha head mounted, like along with a
Wow.
Rancor head and a couple other creatures from that universe,
Yeah.
Oh,
my goodness.
from that game universe.
They have
Like
big
Star
game
Wars
hunting in the
universe.
galaxy too.
Oh yeah, there was
Oh yeah, for sure.
there was really cool,
And I'm going to tell you what
a
they
lot
have
of
for
really
big
cool
game.
stuff like that. There were
For
you go into this guy's estate to like it's like a mobster estate to try and escape the planet before Darth Malak blows it up. And the room
Which is cool.
in one of the rooms one of the first rooms you explore is Calo Nord's trophy room, and it's like Rancor dead center, and I think there's a Bantha, a Dewback I know is there, maybe a crate dragon. No, I don't think there's a crate dragon. But it's just like this wall of just the different models of characters from
Well,
the game.
to
but
kill
they're
a
ants.
Rancor is pretty serious, so
Yeah.
You get to kill a bunch in that game.
yeah.
You get to kill one hardcore, and then by the end of the game, you're so powerful on the last planet, which is an ancient Jedi planet. They're just
See, that's why they need to
nomadic
make
there.
a movie.
Oh, so
Oh
good.
yeah, for sure.
All right,
I can't
Aaron,
wait.
the next animal.
Mine would be the I wonder if I'm saying it. David could correct me. The Akla.
Acklay.
The Acklay.
Oh, I think it's awesome.
The Acklay that looks like the second form of Frieza actually. When you think about it, it looks like the
Oh, it
second form of
does.
Frieza with Baraka's mouth from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, it does have
Yeah, it does have
Baraka
Baraka,
Like,
like-
I've been trying to place
If you
that
guys
for
never seen the
years.
Acklay, if you've never seen the Acklay, their teeth are crazy. They were clone.
Yeah, you snap that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it's.
They're in
in this one.
Battlefront 2, Battlefront 2, the
it
original
might- I
one.
wonder if
No,
it is in that.
it's not.
It's
I
not.
looked.
Oh no.
No.
It's that big spider thing that Obi-Wan Kenobi kills on Geonosis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Hashtag Radio
Exactly.
Geonosis.
That's what it looks like, though. It looks like Frieza and Rocket mixed together.
That's cool.
David, your turn.
My number 3.
He's taking a coffee break. Okay.
My number 3. Third place goes to the Rancor.
That's
Only
third?
because,
That's third on your list?
dude, you have no idea what 2 and 1 are. You're in for a whirlwind of surprises there.
He talks about the rank. You talk about it. So I thought it would have been. I thought it would have been one. I'm sorry.
I love the Rancor so much.
wanted-
And the reason I love the Rancor is not just for Star Wars. It's like everything surrounding it in other media. Like, one of my first experiences of Rancor was I had one of the Power of the Force Rancor kits, and it was like a Rancor toy like this big, and like Luke Skywalker and everything.
Wow.
And then the reason
We
the
give
Rancor...
this to kids.
the Rancor that was the reason the Rancor got seated in one of my favorite Star Wars animals of all time was Pineapple Express. You saw that movie?
Oh yeah.
When they're like trying to put him down into the little thing, and James Franco carries that character. He's like, "What's down there? The effing Rancor?" And like that's
Oh my
that's
gosh.
such like a deep
See,
sci-fi
so many
pool. I love it.
movies, they quote Star Wars. So many.
But like, and the funniest part about that real quick was that he wasn't being joking, like the character-wise, like, oh, is there a Rancor down there? He was like, because he was high, he's like, seriously thinking there might be a Rancor down there. And I'm like, well, maybe me in that situation too. But yeah, Rancor is definitely one of my all-time favorite Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's just, I love how, what's his face?
I'm hoping it's on.
Oh, did we break something?
No.
No?
Check it.
Well, we'll check it real
I'm gonna
quick.
make sure.
And if
Yes.
it's
Okay. Cool.
technical difficulties.
Yes.
Okay, we're back. But no, I love how they
We had
originally
fun on this show.
referred to the Rancor as a cross between a bear and a potato, and it was supposed to actually be in a guy in a suit, not a little stop motion puppet. But they couldn't get the suit to work.
Oh my god.
But now cosplayers have figured out how to get the
How
suit
to get
to
to
work.
work? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They're
they have.
They're everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my number 3, I'm going to repeat, is the Dewback. It inhabits the arid wilderness of Tatooine, and the Dewbacks are omnivorous, thriving on sparse grasses and thorny plants of the desert, as well as small animals such as
You got them
baby
Velociraptor
wombat
claws.
rats
Yeah.
and scurriers. For hydration, they chew on the root of the local cactus. Now, on Tatooine, I've never seen a cactus. I've never seen
I've
any
never seen one
grass or cactus there.
Nah,
These reptiles range between 1.3 to 2 meters in height and 2 to 3 meters in length. They are used by moisture farmers as beasts of burden and also as kind of search animals for the stormtroopers.
Yeah, they're like
We
pack
saw
animals
that,
almost,
yes,
yeah.
exactly. We saw that in New Hope.
So they could track. They use them to track down.
Yes, track down Luke Skywalker and the droids.
They're like bloodhounds.
Something like that.
What they use them at? That is an ugly animal. I won't say the name, but that is a very ugly animal.
I hate their knees. They're so high up. We'll talk about that later, though. What's so...
I know someone with those knees.
Oh my
I'm
gosh!
just kidding. I'm kidding.
A woman!
I'm kidding. Mine is a Tauntaun.
Whoa!
Was that on someone's list?
It's mine too.
Oh, what is that?
That's okay.
Yeah, you
At
have
least
the
I know
facts.
my
You have
last
the-
two are
You have the
safe.
facts though, Andrew, so you're
Great
fine.
minds think alike.
And you have the facts, so you could definitely dive into the
Yeah, I
facts
did.
on your
Yeah, I did a
channel.
lot on that one.
But the Tauntaun, I just choose that my animal solely on if I ever wanted one as a pet, or if I ever just wanted to see someone get eaten by one. That's how I chose kind of mine. Not all of my animals eat people. It'd just be dope to see them.
But would you like...
But a Tauntaun, because I just want
Would you
one to
cut
take
it
me
open?
around.
If you had to.
If you have to stay warm, and I'm going to tell you why.
It's not human enough to where you can
Yeah, but I
disassociate
chose
yourself
the Tauntaun
from it.
because I always wanted one. I always wanted one to take me to the store, like hop on one. I'll be back, Mom. Yeah, I'll get the milk. And then I always wanted to live in one also. They're used for great living rooms. Just ask Han Solo. Just ask Han Solo.
And he thought these things smelled bad on the outside.
Yes, exactly.
A great interior.
It's all like when they cut him off. And you know, that's the one time that Han Solo uses a lightsaber. Yes.
That was also a fun fact.
Yes, a fun fact right there.
So, my next one is a tie between two. And the two are the Hiss, which is a stealth ancient amalgam of the Force in the form of a dragon. It's in Knights of the Republic
Oh, wow.
too. They're like they're called Force dragons.
Yeah.
But they don't look really like dragons. Well, at least that model version.
I wish
of
they
them
did.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
But yeah, I just loved them because they only spawned in Star Wars Knights of the Republic 2 if you looted a desecrated body that had been killed. Like they would come up through the wrath of the dark side and attack you. And then it's also tied with the Crate Dragon, which you see the skeleton with C-3PO and R2-D2 in the
Yes,
row.
yes.
It's also in Knights of the Republic 1 and a
Always wanted to know
handful
what
of
that
other
was.
games. It's just a massive dragon. They also, at least in old lore, their gallstones were called Crate Dragon Pearls, and they were used as lightsaber crystals to enhance the
Wow.
blade.
Oh, really?
Goldstones.
Yeah. So it's really, really cool.
We're going to be looking for goldstones. Anybody got any? We need some for some
I
lightsabers.
could do that. That'd be like a shady, like black market kidney market, but for lightsaber crystals from human bodies.
We need the goldstones.
That'd be hardcore. I'd do it. I'd run that business. No, I wouldn't. That's evil.
But my next animal is my last one is the boga, because it's one of the only animals in Star Wars, if you really think about it, that looks like an animal of like Greek mythology.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Where's it from?
Obi-Wan was on a boga.
Oh, that's
General-
right.
When he was about to, yeah.
When he was fighting General Grievous. And it makes
was
that
on-
noise.
Yep. It sounds like an alarm.
Yes.
It sounds like alarm. But yeah, the bogas like have like they're kind of like a griffin kind of.
Yes.
Kind of a griffin.
Yeah, Griffin.
Yeah, like
they,
a
they
griffin.
have a little bit of feather to them.
Yeah,
There's
they're
a
like-
bunch.
yeah.
They call them Varactals, which because I think that's a new canon name. But like they're
Okay.
Varactals in the Old Republic, and I have like their amount you can get, and I have like I don't know how many there are now, but I think I have like 5 or 6 different
They're
colors
dope.
of them.
They're dope.
I don't
They're
know.
really colorful. They're colorful too. Like they have like a lot of like shades of color.
Almost like
yellows
a
and
chameleon.
blues. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're reptilian for sure. I get that vibe from them. Yeah, that's.
They have
I
that
love
cool
that
beak
animal.
too.
Yeah, they have the
They
beak
have a
too.
beak.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they're dope.
No, I love them. I love the noise they make too.
Yeah. Yeah,
They are like a bird, griffin, lizard.
yeah,
Yes.
they are. They're like it looks like a because everything in Star Wars pretty much like is very alien.
George Lucas
Ish.
probably like,
Yes.
Take these 3 things will come together.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron.
David.
David.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean, Aaron?
Sorry, look at his Pokemon Go.
I'm not looking at Pokemon Go.
You are.
So my number 1 is the ultimate. It's the Tyrantotech.
What?
It's an ancient Sith beast.
I don't
it's
think
like,
it's in here.
It's pretty cool. It's like just imagine like a giant monster. I wonder if it would be in there. I don't
Say
know
that name
book was.
again.
Tyrantotech.
Ah.
Tyrantotech.
It's TA, so
Tyrantotech.
probably would have passed that thing.
No,
But yeah, it's
Oh, it's not in there, huh?
it's not in there.
it's similar to the dragon,
Targaryen.
the Hissus, in terms of it being like, almost they're dark side creatures, and the force powers are completely ineffective against them. Like whether you're like Darth Sidious in it or trying to force push it, it don't care.
Yeah, it
Darth
doesn't-
Sidious is always in everything.
Why is he everywhere?
I'm trying to think. I believe I could be completely wrong, but I believe maybe in Clone Wars there might be. I don't think they show a Tyrantotech, but I think there's maybe in the later seasons there's an allusion to it, like someone fought one. Oh, I think it was Master Yoda who fought a Tyrantotech.
Wow.
And I think it was in that scene when he's hallucinating and he's back and Christopher Lee's a good guy again and all that stuff. Count Dooku.
Would that
in the
be
Clone
Darth
Wars.
Tyrantus?
Darth Tyrannus. Yeah, you remember? Did you watch
Now,
episode
is he-
6? That
is he-
season 6?
Is he? Yes. Is he? When he is a Jedi, is he Count Dooku?
Yeah, because he's a
Okay.
count.
Yeah,
but when
he's
he goes to the dark side, he's Darth Tyrantus.
But he still goes by Count Dooku because people don't know he's a Sith other than a handful of Jedi and stuff. But I believe there was.
I knew he was going to do that.
But I believe that in that Clone Wars series arc where Yoda learns how to become one with the Force and discovers the living Force and everything, I believe when they're in the temple, there's like, I think Count Dooku says something like, Yoda will tell you the tale we fought the Tyrantotech or something. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say so. But it's like, there's 2 different designs for it. There's the original 2003, the one that was in Knights of the Old Republic. And then there's a new one that's in the MMO, the Old Republic. They kind of made it, now has like a huge cresting head and stuff. But no, it's essentially any Sith's favorite pet. They would have a Tyrantotech if they were a mighty Sith. So,
Well, since they don't have any any apprentices, I can see why they would take an animal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they have
They have a
apprentices.
pet.
Yeah,
They have
something.
pets.
Yeah, something.
It's the ultimate guard. Like, very
Yes.
few Jedi would be able to get past them.
Yes. Okay, so my next one, number 5 for me, and I came across this and I thought this is really cool, is the Nerf.
Yeah, it's like a little
The
cow.
Nerf. Once native to the peaceful world of Alderaan. Rest in peace, Alderaan. This four-legged herbivorous species survived even with the home world's destruction. Nerf meat is some of the most delicious and expensive meat in the galaxy. Now you're going to like this one. Nerf meat is also sold as Nerf burgers, sold with hubba chips. I bet they serve that at Dex's place.
Remember when we were
Nerf
talking
bread?
about our favorite food? I think Nerf steak was my number one.
Yes.
Like, that's what I would love to eat.
And now they have a dull, curling horns and coarse curly fur and round hooves, and they have a long curly tail.
Your tail looks like an earthworm though.
They are recognized as being some of the smelliest beasts in the galaxy.
Are those
Some of
flies
the
pictured around it
smelliest.
right now?
Yeah.
So
Picture?
maybe that's
Or
why.
poop, one of them.
Maybe that's why Princess Leia tells Han Solo he is a what did she say?
Scruffy-looking
Nerf herder. That
That's
guy
not her
looks.
word. She's not allowed to use it.
That guy looks scruffy.
That guy looks really scruffy.
I mean,
He's a Nerf herder.
and untrustworthy.
He's a Nerf herder. And maybe that's why she refers to a Nerf herder, because on her planet, Nerf are grown.
Yeah,
Not a Nerf gun, but Nerf the animal.
it's Nerf or nothing.
Nerf or nothing.
Do you remember that?
Back in those old school Seth Green Nerf commercials from the early
Yes.
90s.
Oh my gosh. So I've got a couple more, so I'm going to keep going because I have a couple more.
By all means.
Yes. Okay.
That looks like a furry velociraptor in that picture.
Okay, so the Tauntaun, the home world is Hoth. They are referred to as a snow lizard.
Mm-hmm.
They are easily domesticated, well adapted for cold. They have thick scales and fur, and are remarkably cold-resistant bodies.
So they're probably
They're-
low intelligence.
Maybe their warm blood is extremely heavy. Maybe that's why Han Solo stuck Luke in there.
I think he did it because he wanted to cut open a Tauntaun. Hold on, Luke.
Their warm blood is extremely heavy, and their inner organs are close inside their skeleton. So maybe that's why when he cuts it open, you see that like all the little worms come out.
It's like,
Yeah, the intestine.
like blood
Yeah,
and
to keep them
intestines,
safe
right?
from the cold. A thick layer of fat also acts as insulation under the Tauntaun's oily pelt. Now, I did not know they had an oily pelt.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, they have 4 nostrils. Did you know that?
Yeah, I
didn't
know
see
that
in the
either.
picture. Yeah, they have 4
That's like
nostrils.
the only thing I knew about
The upper
Tontons.
portion of the muzzle helps conduct oxygen to the bloodstream during times of physical exertion, and the smaller pair underneath them, when the blizzards blow or when they want to lie down at night, those nostrils start working. So the big ones work when they're out running around. The little ones work when they're just resting.
That seems
That's-
like
I thought
such a
that-
waste of evolutionary talent. Like, just use 2 nostrils.
Yeah, no. Well,
Cool, though.
When they lay down, the bigger ones seal and the second ones take over.
Oh,
They're
okay.
quick-moving creatures running on the 2 rear legs, and their speed's up to 50 kilometers. Kilometers.
Kilometers. Yeah. Oh, kilometers.
Kilometers per hour. I'm like, I do not know those. You know, I only understand miles per hour. But
About
anyways,
70-ish.
well, that's pretty fast. While on Hoth, the Rebel Alliance
little bit
had
more.
some initial difficulties training the Tauntauns as now mounts because of their foul temper. They have a foul temper. In addition, now this one was interesting. Yeah, it was interesting. In addition, it was discovered that the Tauntauns are particularly sensitive to ultrasound frequencies emitted by certain droids. So it's obvious that everyone's irritated by droids.
Yeah.
They tell them to get out of the bars
Droids are
and
idiots.
animals.
Says you, but I'm with the revolution.
Yeah.
And not the
And they
Prince
can't
Revolution.
survive after 3 hours of 0 temperature, so that maybe is why, you know, the one dies when Han Solo's riding it.
Mhm.
You know, so that maybe that's why it doesn't last.
Do you know how the other one died?
Yes, it was killed by
I was hoping she'd say no.
by the Bantha. I didn't like that scene, by the way. And anytime I watch Empire Strikes Back,
Why not?
I fast forward it.
Why?
I don't like it.
Why?
Because it's sad.
Oh,
It is sad when Luke cuts that
gets all-
Wampa's defenseless arm
That's
off.
really,
He
like,
gets
nice
all
and
messed
sweet.
up.
Yeah, he
I'm
totally
sorry.
murdered. He totally ruined that.
Only Angie would feel bad for that.
Luke totally. Oh, for the
For that
Tauntaun. I thought you were feeling
and
bad for the
don't care.
Wampa.
Everyone's all like,
the
yeah,
Wampa?
the Tauntaun's
No.
dead.
No.
The Wampa
I
was just
know.
doing what Wampas do.
I know they kill and all
Poor
that, but
child.
I just didn't like that. I'm
Crippled
glad
that thing for
Well,
life.
I'm glad he got killed.
They don't give robo arms to Wampas, Angie.
I know, but I'm glad that guy got taken out.
He's glad the Wampa died.
Yeah, I am, because he killed the.
Well, we don't know if he's dead. He just
was
lost an arm.
hungry.
Well,
Angie?
maybe he can survive. I don't know.
Yeah, but he has one arm now. He's 50% less efficient with arms, like out the bat. Probably 25 with a
I did
delta
not
because he
like
might be
that
right-handed.
scene. And I don't know if a lot of people did like that scene, but I did.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a. All right, so my next one,
Save the
since I
Wampas.
always have so many, is the Paddu. Paddu?
Kadoo?
Yeah, that was a...
Paddu. Homeworld and Blue, they are a two-legged reptilian indigenous to Naboo. They are swift, agile creatures with sharp hearing and keen sense of smell. Although primarily land dwellers, they can breathe under the water for extended periods. That makes them the galaxy's hippos.
Mm.
Those are the big ones, right, that carry the shield generators?
Now, they have been domesticated and used for generations by the Gungans, and they can travel through, the Wabu's swamps and forest. And they like them so much so that the Gungan Grand Army comes to rely on them as mounts for the patrols. Gungans respect the Kadoo for their strength, endurance, and loyalty.
Mm.
Now, this one was a fun one. David's like, what the heck is that?
I know what that is. I'm wondering why...
I hope people realize we get homework for this show. That's what they don't know.
Every
There's
time.
homework comes with the
Yes,
show.
Yeah, but just like Call It, I do it last minute.
What other
still get an
podcasts
A.
out there are doing that?
I do my homework. All right, so number 8, this one is kind of out there. The dwarf spider droid.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that...
You know
the
the one
clone-
that- yes.
Yeah, that's the one that in Revenge of the Sith, there's a shot of a clone trooper jumping on it and...
Oh, yeah,
blasting
yeah.
it
Yes,
directly
and I
in the
think you
head.
see them in Attack.
I think.
I think you see them in Attack of the Clones when at the very end when they're fighting on Kashyyyk.
I know there's... Oh, no, that's Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, they're on there too, yeah.
When they're all fighting at the very end, you can see,
That's
you
if
can
this
see
is the thing I'm thinking about.
Their four striding legs are designed for roadless terrain, rocky mining worlds. Why are there always mining worlds?
In Star Wars?
Yes, there's always
I think-
seems to be mining worlds. We're always
planets are just
mining
big on
for
that. I
God,
think planets are just
I don't know what
big
we're
on that.
mining
Well,
for.
if you have 10
I think for just
10
resources.
planets people can live on, right?
think
You don't have to
resources-
mine those if
Yeah.
you can mine a whole planet for them.
Yeah. Okay, but they are devastating. They have devastating firepower. But here's the thing: they're vulnerable from behind.
But it's a robot.
Mm.
Yes, but they're vulnerable from behind. So someone's in trouble. Someone who built this is in trouble. They're like, you know what? How is this that
This is a
it's
family show.
I thought it was animals, though. Oh, from behind.
What are you
Yes!
talking
Yes!
these two for reals?
Can you add a wink? When I wink now, can you put like a ding? I'm a wink right now.
These two for real. And what I'm talking about is that if something jumps on it and
Exactly.
tries to twist the head or something, it should have been.
Is it an animal hybrid, though? I'm confused as to why. It's not an animal.
This isn't scripted at all.
It isn't. It is not an animal.
Why is it not an animal? That's why I was
But I
confused
like
when you
the way
first
it
looked
crawled
at
and everything, and I thought, wow, it's vulnerable from behind. Well, most droids and things, you would think that they would put in all this
Most droids are
technology.
vulnerable from behind.
But you would
It's
think
a
that
family show on a family network, guys.
We're using
it would
innuendos.
take-
They won't get
it would take these two to say that sort of thing. But what I'm
Sorry,
talking about is like,
He said it like 30
someone's
seconds
run from
before I got
behind and
it.
shoot it or something, or twist the head.
You're not
It's
making it any
David.
better,
I'm not
Andy.
making it any better.
It's David's fault, really.
You said it first.
Oh my
What are you
God.
talking
The
about?
from behind. I was thinking about why the hell a robot was on an animal list, and then I was like, oh, from behind. And then I started
but
talking
it's
about
I wasn't
because
talking
I
about
like
robots.
The dwarf
Another week.
spider droid. My God. And,
I hear all of
and
you.
vulnerable From
I'm
behind,
sorry.
I meant to say that someone did not build this correctly.
Yeah, what is wrong with you people accusing of this?
Someone did not build this correctly, especially if it's out in the battlefield.
Well, at least now
Don't
I know
worry
why
about
it's on
them.
a list. It just
Don't
looks
worry
like a
about them.
spider.
Don't
That's
worry
right.
about them. Those people need to grow up.
I probably, like in the video playback, I probably look dumb just staring at the thing like, does it say anything about it? Like, is it made out of a spider, but they put robot parts?
No.
Like, why is it on the list? It's a robot.
I know it's favorite animals, but we decided to do.
Don't get me wrong, I'm glad it's on there now, but I was very confused for a second. I didn't know what the hell's going on. I'm like,
Because I liked the way it looked, but you took it all wrong.
Yeah.
Both of you took it all
He
wrong.
took it all wrong,
From
and then-
behind.
I did no such thing.
But you took it wrong because it's vulnerable from behind.
Yes, it is.
should we name the episode of this podcast, The
No.
Crew is Vulnerable from Behind?
No.
How about just vulnerable from behind? There's no sexual intonation on that.
Just put 3 dots and then they'll get it. Make sure you put 3 vulnerable ... from behind.
But I knew
okay,
this one
yeah,
would be
from
a fun one
behind.
because David was like, wait, that's not an animal. That's not an animal. But it's...
Like, I'm not going
Well,
to adhere to any rules. Don't get me wrong. I think I'm the most liberal of rule following in this group, but like, I was trying to see if there was a justification.
Because I like the way it looked.
Okay.
All right,
That
so
makes
but it's still
sense.
it says dwarf spider, so I'm gonna go with it's an animal because even though it's a droid, it's a dwarf spider.
You guys wore me out.
No fan of spiders.
Okay, so next week we are going to be doing top. Do you want to do 5 or 10 toys?
10.
Favorite Star Wars. This time he wants to do 10.
Technically, I'd vote for 50, but we'd be here for a 4-hour
All right.
podcast.
Okay, so favorite top
And I would have examples
10
and everything. Like, this
Star
is why
Wars
this one is number.
toys.
Are games included?
Yes, but
Oh, games are included?
yes, games.
No,
are
it's only
included.
10. It's not 50 for real. Dude.
Right, it could be tabletop
'Cause they will be sick on
games,
top of
it could be
100.
whatever you want.
I'm including video games and
Video
tabletop in
games,
that.
yeah, let's
My
do
list
it.
might be 15. Just
Okay, that's good.
All right, because usually I'm the one with the most, and I may be the one with the least amount because I have some toys, but I'm not a gamer. So
Yeah.
you guys have me over a barrel on that one.
Yes.
Or vulnerable from behind.
See, that was
I'm
Angie's
putting
fault
that.
time.
We're gonna one day when we start.
We were past.
I
Angie
guarantee
just
you
had
guys,
to go back and say.
One day when we start producing our T-shirts, not only will we have the Radio Geonosis T-shirt, we're gonna have a Radio Geonosis T-shirt on the back. It says "Vulnerable from Behind."
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, that would be perfect. That would actually be perfect. Actually,
For you, the fans.
Those people out there are gonna take it for the wrong idea.
Next week is the Anime Expo.
Only if you put a winky
So
face.
that's going to be very, very
Yes.
exciting. Aaron's going to be there.
I'm
going to
gonna
be there. And we're trying to make sure that David's going to be there. We're going to try and do some interviews and do a little bit of a show while we are there.
I'm gonna
So
stalk
I'm
Aaron
really
for the
excited.
convention.
And then Comic-Con's coming up in a few weeks.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
Nerf gun
to
to
be...
shoot you from afar.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to be down outside of Comic-Con trying to do some interviews with folks.
Yes.
So that's
if you're
gonna be-
there and you want to do some interviews,
Yes, I will be at the 501st Bash, which I'm very excited about, and that
Uh,
is going to
is
be
the-
on Friday the 20th.
They sent me the invitation this year.
You sh-
No,
Yeah.
They never
No.
sent me one.
So that's it for our show, everyone. David, take it away.
Yeah, you know,
And who
As-
doesn't like our very cool background today?
Where are we?
Yes.
where are we today?
We are we're on a boat, right?
Are we on a Sith Jedi Starship
We might
Bridge?
be on something completely different too, depending on what I put on.
What-
It's gonna be Star Wars. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna be Star Wars.
I wonder
We're
where-
on
where we're
something.
gonna be.
Indoor. Right?
We're on
Endor.
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 Woo!
You should just have like the line in the background, "Vulnerable from behind."
What?
Oh, this on
And
a
I
TIE fighter
believe there's
that
a
get
Death
jacked?
Star floating around us,
It's like
right?
those
There is a Death Star
there
in
is
the
a Death
background.
Star right around us.
Oh, is
So, yeah, I don't know if it's the first one, the second one,
Yeah, second.
possibly a third one.
It's one of these directions. But yes,
I'm gonna get a picture of it.
oh god.
Yes. 'Cause we may not be on this planet again.
Who knows where we'll be next week?
That's right.
But as per usual, find us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/radiogeonosis. We're on Castbox still with our audio podcast.
Like it.
on iTunes at the audio podcast, on YouTube, search Radio Geonosis, or find it on our Facebook page. People are subscribing slowly but surely.
Yes.
But
Yeah, they are.
Please
like I said,
like and subscribe
They are.
on YouTube.
I just want 100 subscribers, please. It'll make my life easy.
Yes.
Oh, and we're also on Twitter at Radio Geonosis and Instagram at Radio Geonosis.
So
But
check
R
us
Geonosis
out.
for Twitter. R Geonosis, yes.
Yes, please check us out.
Check us out, dude.
For all of us here at Radio Geonosis.
I'm Bob.
What?
That's how like newscasters are like, from all of us here at Radio Geonosis, I'm Bob. You have a smashing day,
No.
my
Well, I'm
friends in
Ron
Kentucky.
It may be a smashing day.
But okay, goddamn. Okay, now I'm thinking about Ron Burgundy. We have
Oh
to stop the
my
podcast. We have
gosh.
to stop the podcast. I'm gonna get in trouble for quoting stuff.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.